Hi everyone, we're going to start to glaze our masks. We created masks made out of clay, and now we're going to add color. Don't forget that your color choices can be inspired by your culture. You're going to have a variety of colors that you'll be allowed to move around the room and use. Please leave the brushes at the table next to the colors as you use them. You move to the colors don't move to you. You're going to watch me brush a color of glaze onto this mask. This is in real time, and look how quickly it dries. These special paints are called glazes that will fuse to your mask after I bake it a second time. Now that the first layer is dry, I'm going to add 2 more layers. By adding multiple layers, I make sure that the color is really saturated. You don't have to glaze this quickly. Don't worry, this section is sped up. I'm doing a second layer on all of the parts for this color. I'm going to leave this brush with the black glaze and move to another color. You're going to notice as I'm coloring with the blue glaze, I go over some of the texture of the black. That's okay. It will make sure that some of the texture is really visible. If you want white, please do not add any glaze at all. The clay is white. Almost done with the color. Now I've shifted to orange, and I'll even blend a little bit of red to those tips of the flower in order to make it look really beautiful after it's baked. Don't forget to rotate your mask to see if there's any parts that you've missed. Don't forget, it is a sculpture after all. If you want, you can even add little dots of color to make patterns. These colors are not going to be shiny when we bake them. We need to add another special glaze on top in order to do a layer of clear glass when we bake it a second time. On the left, you're going to notice this has no shine. That's no clear glaze on top. This piece has maybe 1 layer of clear glaze on top, and this is what 2 to 3 layers of clear glaze looks like. This glaze looks pink, but the reason it's pink is so you can see where you put it, just like it works when you have purple glue on your papers. Now, we made sure that the colorful glaze is dry, and I'm taking a big brush and kind of dabbing it into all of the little nooks and crannies of texture. All students are worried that they're painting their mask pink. Don't worry. It's pink just so we can see where it is. It will be a layer of clear glass when we're done. You're going to notice that I'm intentionally not glazing the flower. You get to choose which parts you want shiny and which parts you don't. If you don't want it shiny, just don't do this step. Just like the colored glaze, you need to do more than 1 layer. You have to really let it dry before you do your second layer. Now I'm going to use something to fan it off. I really need it dry. Now I'm going to do a second layer of the clear glaze. It's almost like you can't even see the colors underneath it anymore. That's how you know it's going to be super shiny after we bake it. Step 3 is going to be if you want to add some metallic glazes. Yes, that's right, metallic. You're going to notice this really gray kind of chrome looking glaze. That's actually some metallic glaze. It looks really red because of the minerals inside. You're going to do this on top of where your clear glaze is. The reason for that is this glaze needs a certain amount of oxygen in order to turn it metallic. You don't have to do this step if you don't want to, and I know some students got a little nervous. Why, Miss Caskey, are you doing the dark red? Don't worry, it will be metallic after we bake it. Once you're done, just double check that there's no glaze on the inside of the mask or glaze touching the table, and then you're ready to go. Have fun!